Yay! Yes! That's number 50! Hi, my name is Rakapenda, and welcome back to the 200 Slayer grind. In this video, we cover the progress from 70 to 80 mil experience. Before we get into the notable clips and the opening of the Brimstone and enhanced crystal chest, I'd like to talk about our favorite subject, complaining about how dry we are while everyone else around you is getting all the drops. Everyone has their own definitions for how far over the expected drop rate dry actually is, and how far under the drop rate spooned is. It also doesn't help matters that there are subtables like the rare drop table, which have individual items that appear more rare than whatever it is you're actually hunting. But to begin the discussion and lay out my viewpoint, we first need to understand what reaching the drop rate actually means for your chances at getting the item. Only then can we narrow down what I consider to be really lucky, spooned, really unlucky, dry. In order to figure out the probability of getting an item by the drop rate, we first need to sort of tweak the wording of what exactly we're looking for. The way we'll set up the formula is by looking at the chances of getting at least one of the item. This includes the chances of getting one, two, or more of an item by the time you reach the drop rate. Technically, once you get the item, you stop pursuing it, but for math's sake, we assume everybody participating does the content all the way up to the drop rate. To figure out the chances of at least one, we need to find the probability of getting none of the item by the drop rate. This is relatively straightforward. If the chance of receiving the item is 1 in x, then the chance of not receiving the item is x minus 1 over x. Each kill consecutively gets multiplied together as you continue to not get the item, so we raise x minus 1 over x by the number of kills we want to check, in this case, the drop rate, x again. And that comes out to be 36.8% chance to not receive the item by the drop rate. So to find the opposite, the chances of getting at least one of the item by the drop rate is just 1 minus that, or 63.2%. So you have a 63.2% chance to get the item by the drop rate. Another way to interpret this number is 63.2% of people, when going for the item, will have gotten it on or before the drop rate. The number I tend to look to when evaluating the difficulty of obtaining items and their drop rate is the Coinflip KC. This is the KC at which the chance for you to obtain the item is 50%. To put another way, half the people will have received the item by that KC. This threshold is achieved at 69.3% of the drop rate, or you can use 70% if you'd like an easier time crunching the numbers. If you've reached this KC, you've earned the drop in my eyes. Because, grats, you won the coin flip, big deal. Even though it appears to be significantly below the drop rate. So that's winning the coin flip and hitting the drop rate, but what about the unlucky and unfortunate circumstance of going 2 or even 3 times the drop rate? Simply take the formula from before, but instead of the exponent being the drop rate, multiply it by 2 or 3 before subtracting it from 1. Plugging those numbers in, we see that 2 times the rate is 86.5%, and 3 times the rate is 95%. Raw numbers and percentages sometimes don't connect intuitively for me, so I'd like to use the following analogy to make the point. Imagine for every item you set out to acquire, or pet to hunt, before you began you roll a d8, an 8-sided die. If you roll a 1, you are destined to go 2 times the drop rate for it. It's pretty common, isn't it? Less common than guessing a coin flip, but still pretty common. Now imagine it was a d20 and the same idea, you roll a 1, you're destined to go 3 times the drop rate to get it. While even less common, anyone that's played D&D or Baldur's Gate 3 can attest that natural ones happen way too frequently and usually not in the best of circumstances. The point I'm trying to make is dry streaks happen. You will go 2 times, 3 times, or even drier for stuff during your old school journey. It's going to happen. You just gotta hope that those dry streaks are on very quick items with fast kills per hour, or very easy drop rates, and not the long, difficult grinds like the Twisted Bow or Bloodhound. So what does being dry mean? For some people, dry is anything over the expected drop rate. Now that you see just how common dry streaks can be at the drop rate and beyond it, I don't think anyone should begin to complain about being dry until that 2 times drop rate. I respect if you're in the unlucky 13.5% of people going 2 times dry or more for something. You're entitled to complain a little. The standard I hold myself to is not until after 3 times right. So that's my opinion on the dry side of the equation, but what about the super lucky or spoon-fed? If 2 times the drop rate was the bar for the unluckiest 13.5%, then it would make sense to me to say the luckiest 13.5% is the bar for spoon. This occurs at 14.5% of the drop rate. And for reference, the 3 times rate equivalent of the luckiest 5% occurs at 5.12% the drop rate. Now, likewise with the dry streaks, imagine you rolled a d8 and a d20 for everything you went after. You're going to get spooned quite a few times throughout your journey. What's most interesting to me is when you apply this revelation to something like pet hunting. Most people's pets, those with like 10 or less, are considered spoon when you look at them in isolation. With over 60 pets to get now, that d20 is going to hit the nat 20 on 3 of them, and that d8 is going to pop on 7. They haven't reached the drop rate for most, if any, of the pet sources they've encountered thus far. The ones they have gotten were the ones they just happened to get along the way of another grind. Odds are they've done a fair bit of content across the game, and you're just seeing where they came up lucky in the overall balance. A better approach for consideration would be to evaluate their total boss KC related to how many pets they have. They may never reach the drop rates for the pets they don't have, so it skews our perception of the data. I'll use a personal example to help illustrate this. I got the Dagonoth Rex pet, which is a 1 in 5k pet, at 1743 KC. On the surface, pretty spoon, right? However, my total Dagonoth KC, including Prime and Supreme, was 5060 KC at the time. So really, I was over the drop rate to get one of those 3 pets, just not that specific one. I'm also due a God Wars pet, which are also 1 in 5k, because I'm currently over 10,000 total KC among the 4 bosses without one, even though individually I've not reached the drop rate for any of them yet. In a sense, I'm owed, I say with the biggest of air quotes, 2 God Wars pets at the moment. So while the first few pets people get when viewed in a vacuum appear spooned, they were probably obtained after a few thousand total boss KC or millions of skilling XP spread across many different sources, and just so happened to get the ones they got. While we're on the subject of grouped drop rates, let's take a closer look at expected drop rates for item sets. Starting with the most notoriously difficult set to complete, the Evil Chicken outfit. To get a chance at acquiring the piece, you first have to gather an untradeable god egg that are rarely found in bird nests from woodcutting. Kingdom of Miscellanea, bird houses, and the Ent events from forestry can also reward these nests. After getting these eggs, you take them to an altar in the Woodcutting Guild, where you have a 1 in 300 chance to obtain a piece of the Evil Chicken outfit. There's 4 pieces to the set, which means each piece individually is a 1 in 1200 chance. So the way you figure out the expected drop rate is this. The first piece you will get will be a unique, no matter which one you get, because you have none to start. With 4 possibilities, each 1 in 1200 chance, the drop rate for the first piece is 4 out of 1200, or the 1 in 300 as expected from earlier. After you get one piece, now only 3 of the 4 are unique to you, so to get the second piece is a 3 out of 1200, or 400 more eggs to hit the next drop rate. The third piece only has 2 remaining uniques, so that's 2 out of 1200, or 600 more eggs to get a unique. And the final one is 1 in 1200, as there's only that piece left. 300 plus 400 plus 600 plus 1200 is 2500 eggs to hit the drop rate for the full set. It took me about 3600 eggs. A bit over, but not significantly. You can apply the same concept to a boss like Cerberus, who has 4 main unique items to get, if you include the Smoldering Stone, each at a rate of 512, which comes out to be 1067 KC expected drop rate. If you exclude the Smoldering Stone, it's only 939 KC for just 3 crystals. And then for my current set grinds, starting with the Dragonstone armor from the Enhanced Crystal Chest and Prep. At a rate of 1 in 2500 for each individual piece, with 5 pieces to the set, is expected to take 5,709 keys from start to finish. So the fact that we have 4 to 5 at 1650 keys already is a really good sign for this set. It means we could likely finish before 4,000 total keys. Lastly, and the reason we're still at Konar, is Dust Mystic from the Brimstone chest. It is 1 in 1000 per piece, also 5 pieces to the set, which means 2284 keys for the expected completion. We're currently 1580 with 2 pieces to go. We're definitely behind the curve in this one, but we'll hit the drop rate here in this video. There's still hope we can finish before the drop rate. The last topic of contention when it comes to going dry for things is the propensity to notice and fixate on subtables like the rare drop table or the seed tables. This has become a pet peeve of mine. People unironically looking to the RDT and complaining how their luck was wasted on a drop that's more rare than whatever they were actually going for. That could have been the insert item or pet here. The other culprit in a similar vein is the seed subtables. That redwood seed is 10 times more rare than the thing I actually wanted. I like to use analogies, so this time I'll use a card analogy to try and illustrate why this thinking is flawed. We'll use Dagonoth Rex as the starting example, as this is usually the early Iron's first experience with the just as rare mentality. The fetch item from Rex is the Berserker. It's got a drop rate of 1 in 128. It also has a Warrior Ring and a Dragon Axe, both are also 1 in 128. Rex also has a Ring of Life, Rock Shell Armor, Fremenic Helm, Shield, 7 types of potions, a Rune Axe, and a Talisman table that are also 1 in 128. And then there's the RDT, 8 out of 128, and a Gem Drop table chance, 10 out of 128. If we translate it to the card analogy now, imagine the B ring is the Ace of Spades, the Axe is the Ace of Clubs, the Warrior Ring is the Ace of Hearts, and then fill in the rest of the cards with the relative probability for the rest of its uncommon drops. Now, pick a card, any card. I pulled the 4 of Clubs. Oh, that's just as rare as the Ace of Spades. I pull a Jack of Hearts. That's just as rare as the Ace of Spades too. I'm so unlucky. You see what I'm trying to get at? You'll have the same temptation to say just as rare for any card that you happen to pull. There are way more cards that aren't the Ace of Spades, and you will probably pull many of them before that. Now, in regards to the RDT and the seed table specifically, you need to realize that these subtables are rolled way more often than unique items. With Rex as an example, the RDT and gem tables get rolled 18 times more often than the B ring. And the super duper rare parts of the RDT collectively are 3 times more rare. You're likely to see a few of these before the B ring, so don't be surprised when the item you just happen to get from the RDT is a rune bar or a DMAT or whatever. You were bound to get something from it, it just so happened to be that one. It doesn't mean anything. The next encounter with this mentality is demonic gorillas hunting for Zenites. A Zenite is 1 in 300, and they roll the seed table at a rate of 1 in 20. That's 15 times more common than a Zenite. People love to look at this table because individually most of the seeds are of similar or higher drop rate than the Zenite. And again, collectively, it's 15 times more common than a Zenite. You're going to get something from this table, it just so happened to be that one seed of many. The next grind is Shamans for the Dragon Warhammer. They also have a seed table, this one being 1 in 50, but with even more rare seeds to hit, including 2 that are more rare than the Dragon Warhammer now that it's a 1 in 3k drop. Again, collectively, they're 60 times more common than the Warhammer. You just so happen to get that one seed from a large table. Usually, by the time they've finished these 3 grinds, they're over this kind of outrage. Normal accounts don't usually go down this progression path, so in my personal experience, they're the ones more prone to complain about these subtables. So, to summarize, collectively, all the drops in the RDT or seed tables are very common. Most bosses have access to the RDT and roll it frequently. Coupled with the fact that you kill tens of thousands of other mobs that access the RDT and subtables, people don't notice it when they hit the RDT on a blood valve, but for some reason it carries much more weight when it comes from a boss, and you think you're missing out on a really big drop because of it. Don't fall for this line of thinking, it only serves to demotivate you. My advice to you is to pay the RDT and seed tables no mind. They don't mean anything, and they couldn't have been the drop. Thank you for letting me rant on that a bit. Now, let's get into the Slayer gains, shall we? Well, not what we were looking for, but we'll take the free reclaim. Okay, still don't know what I'm gonna do with these, but hey, there's a tome. Let's go.
Oh, Raku!
Oh.
Raku
my
Spoonda.
god.
Raku Spoonda.
I told you basilisks were worth unlocking. I have to say, this is the first time, not first time, but first time in a long time that my keyhabs have balanced out. Over the years, I've had many, many more loop halves, and then the pendulum has swung the other way, many, many more tooth halves, then back to loop halves, and we just came off of another tooth half swing. I think the biggest key halves I've ever had in one direction or the other was 19 loop halves, and it's just funny that over long periods of time it swings back and forth and balances out, and we just happen to be in an even balance again, which is nice. Anyway, just thought I'd share. There, okay, I think we're there. Hopefully these are those. Yes? No. Oh god, they have such a long death animation. Oh, that was easy. 2 kills. It doesn't look terrible. At long last, we finally have instance ground items in God Wars. No more juggling. This is so good. I got a creep boss task and managed to do the whole thing in a single trip. I might have to consider extending these tasks if I can do that every time. Jerdal assigns a max of 250 when extended, and that's a little more than 60, but I think I can do it. Let's go! I've been wanting to have another ACB in the toolkit since I turned the last one into his ACB. And that's the task. Never lucky. 2.4 billion XP. Just finished a Kuras task. I finally got the head to add to this thing. Is this, hold on, detach, swap, this one. There we go. It wasn't a collection log when I got it today. I had gotten it a long time ago, but I discarded it because, hey, it was useless. But now we can finally test our leaf-bladed weaponry on this thing. Anyway, back to Slayer. Yes! That's a bingo tile. Yes! Well, my key halves were in balance. They're really loop heavy now. It's the most I've ever been, actually. That marks 4,000 tasks and a 1,000-point reward. Thank you, Konar. Alright. We hit the 80 Slayer mark. We got a lot of keys to open up. Our loop halves balance a little bit more towards the center, so we're not 23 or 24 or whatever we were. And 240 crystal keys, 752. And again, these 240 will probably turn into like 250 or 260. The amount of keys and key halves that we get from it. So, gonna be joined by the clan because they like to have a little dopamine by proxy. So we'll let them come in.
Valid.
All right, let's do this. I think 10 at a time was good, just for random junkie from it.
You should bring a rune pouch.
A rune pouch? Yeah, it's probably good. Do that next time.
GL.
Ooh, that's a good start.
Bro.
Oh, I totally forgot.
that.
Oh, double acorns. My goodness.
Oh, he's a spoon.
Yeah, so we've got, what is that, 6 pieces right now? We're just looking for the gloves. 6 pieces at 1,500. Very, very good. To only have one
Big
left.
spoon, big spoon.
Big spoon.
You need just gloves?
Just the gloves.
Surely.
Alright, I'll grab the rune pouch.
Got nothing like 100 shards there and you get 330 back. Alright.
Yeah, that's where I think the acorns actually make it net positive. As far
What's
as
the rate on
shortcut,
the acorns though?
I don't know. Last opening, I only got like 2 acorn drops, so I was actually behind. I only recovered about 80 or 90%, I think.
Damn, I must have got unlucky in the like 200 or 300 I opened because I feel like I got back like 60% or something.
I'm 100% not expecting to get the Dragon Stone, just because again it's 1 in 2,500 for the specific, but really love to see the Dust Mystic.
Are you like on right there? Or?
Yeah, I will be over. I'll be at the drop right after this whole thing. It's like 2283, I think it is. I'm at 15 or 1600 now, so with the keys that I got, it should put me over the drop rate.
Suppose after you get these, you just
Acorns.
stack keys, right? Like, don't even bother opening them.
Yeah, they're still worth making.
I guess XP, they're good XP too, technically.
Yeah, they are. Shit. Yeah, each key's 500 smithing, 500 crafting, so the 1,600 keys that I've got, well, 2,000 keys would be 1,000,000. Is that right?
Yeah.
So a free 1,000,000 crafting and smithing, plus you know the gold, the rune, the crafting.
It adds up.
$1,700. Looks like the shard gain from opening the chest is a lot bigger too.
Doesn't automatically go in your rune pouch when you have the thing turned on?
No. I have to manually add them every time. If you're picking it up off the ground, it would, but opening containers like that, it doesn't automatically go in there.
If this was RuneScape 3, you'd be able to do that.
Yeah. If this was RuneScape 3, I'd have 10 rune pouches, each with its own setup and... It's like, I have two different types of blowpipes. I have one with myth darts in them for like nightmare and tagging mobs, and then I have one with good arrows in it for the actual PVM.
Nightmare. Gotta use the web weaver.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, I suppose now I'd probably do that. More rune. Shoot. Let's go drop this quick.
You need an ore pouch.
Yeah, yeah, maybe soon. Let's grab 5 keys this time. Nah, I'll do 10. What are the odds we get more rune?
50-50.
Yeah.
First one's gonna be rune.
Or runes.
Oh,
Oh, you'd love to see it. Game
more
knows.
record.
I'm gonna have to do the math on those. On the shard count, how many went in versus how many I'm getting back.
Did you reset the tracker?
Yeah, no, I didn't reset the tracker. It's just that it's been so long and other stuff made it fall off. So I can see what, the 80 that I've opened here today. And when we're all done, I can restart RuneLight to pull up the full tracker. Same thing with the Brimstone chest. It'll look fresh, but the stuff is still stored there. It's just stored in the cloud right now. Last opening, we ended up getting 3 pieces of Dragonstone armor, so
Yeah, that was fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's
It was
one in
like almost
500.
back to back, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like
Back-to-back trips. It's 1 in 500 to get any piece. We only got about half that in keys, so we probably aren't gonna see one today. But still get lucky. Who
only
knows?
takes 1 key.
Good
Brimstone.
observation, Blue.
The Brimstone, on the other hand, we should see 3 pieces or 4 pieces. I need one that's not gloves for bullshit bingo. That finishes that tile then.
Was that even a row you would do?
Yes, it's the upper left,
Oh.
upper right diagonal through the pets and the baguette.
Just a casual baguette, you know?
I'm so excited for leagues, man.
Yeah, me too. Very good change of pace.
Yeah. Fry my brain and then come back to slow drop rates and stuff.
Yeah.
That's half the reason I cut out of there at Dragon. It's just like I need to start the recovery process now.
Yeah. I probably won't go for Dragon again. I just too many like shit tasks that I'm just like, I am not fucking doing this. Especially for like a temporary game mode. Like, nah. I also don't really like the static rank makes it kind of lame.
That's the only reason I even went for Dragon.
Nice. Yeah, it's nice for people that like really want it, because then you can just get it and stop. But
If it wasn't for that,
I don't know. You're calling it leagues, and then I don't know. It just feels weird to like not keep it competitive. Like I know you can still go for ranks and stuff, but I feel like the whole point of it is to see where you end up ranking, and the easiest way to distinguish that is.
I think it was more a pain in the ass on their end because every week they go, you need
Yeah.
this many points for Dragon as of today. And there's a lot of butthurt people that thought they were gonna end in Dragon and then were 1 task short or whatever.
That was me. I was like 200 points off.
I'm gonna have crystal trees for days.
can get like 2 or 3 a day.
Yeah. That's probably what I will do is start and stop for the day.
Good during leagues too.
Yeah.
Log in, do your trees. Are you gonna make all the keys you get
Yeah.
from this?
Yeah, they're quick to make.
Yeah.
It's another 50 keys.
Yeah.
That's all the keys I had made. So... $1,900.
So what, 2,500 to finish the set?
No.
Well, like the drop rate for a specific piece.
Specific piece is 2,500. Drop rate is 1,250 plus 2,500. It's 5,700 keys. Expected drop rate to finish.
It's a lot of keys.
There's a lot of keys.
But assuming 200 mil Slayer, you'll easily get that.
This is 10 mil worth of Slayer experience. Now, most of these keys came from Grotesque Guardians. So
Yeah, those shit out the crystal keys there.
once that's done, I guess Kriar is another good one that gives keys and key halves. From there, it's whatever whatever accesses the RDT. So I just hope that I get this done before 200 mil Slayer, so I don't have to do Gorox or something.
Yeah, that'd be so fucking shit. What did you think of the Relic League today?
What was it paired against? I forget.
Golden God.
Golden God. So do I think taking something like Thieving, because that was the only one below that I think might be worthwhile. Do I think The Thieving Relic is better than Unlimited GP. Never fail thieving. It's like a free 200 mil, basically. Just let it go.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have much issue with thieving last league. I just did Master Farmers for seeds, and I needed the seeds for Herblore. I don't know.
And you won't really need the seeds for Herblore this time with Forager.
That's what I'm thinking as well. I was wrong. We have 3 herb patches, by the way. Forgot about Harmony.
Oh, yeah. I think what ends up happening is tomorrow they release the other relic of that tier.
I think we're
I
missing
have a
2
feeling
relics.
Oh, really? Oh, either way. I have a feeling it's going to be like an Equilibrium and Production Master kind of thing. And everyone ends up picking those anyway. Because Golden God, like, it's very good early game, but then it just, like, really falls off. But it does make that early game just, like, so quick that
Well,
I liked having Fire Sale last year.
Let's see, can you... Banker's Note allows you to buy Noted Form, right?
No, that's Golden God.
Golden God lets you do that. Okay. So
that's the part that was, like, my favorite last year.
Yeah. Being able to buy Noted Form, it means that you can buy Karam bonds, you can buy... I guess that's it.
Gems. If you have Desert or Asgarnia.
The construction stuff that elks for a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that is all the crystal keys. 311 crystal keys. No Dragon Summit again. That's not unexpected because we got really spoon last league. So let's just see. 49 acorns times 30 apiece plus 1021.
Just shy of making your money back.
So on this one we got we got 2,500 shards, and it took us about 3,100 to make them. So about an 80% shard return.
That's pretty good.
Which is way better than it used to be. It used to be like 30, so
yeah,
cannot complain. All right, let's do the real fun one here. Really hoping.
Yeah, because that one kind of changes gameplay.
Yeah, it does. You know? This is like I can do Jad tasks and stuff again. So
yeah.
We're at 1581 chests, and we're looking for
boss slayer and stuff too.
A lot of boss slayer. Looking for hat and boots to finish. Either one of them will mean that I'll start turning the keys every million. I'm not going to do 10 million again. This is way too many keys for that, so. And quite frankly, I'm kind of getting bored of Konar.
Yeah, it's just a lot of like, oh, this is a great task. Oh, never mind, location sucks.
I had 4 Necreal tasks back to back today. One of them was in the catacombs.
Do you skip anything, or
no? That was all back to back. The Slayer Cape just triggered. I did a lot of melee Slayer.
Like, do you skip anything? Do you use points to skip anything? Or
yes. No? Yeah, like the Metal Dragons I don't do, and
like
shit trolls. Locations like Abbey Specs and the Catacombs are just like a big pass for me.
Trolls and Keldergram, that shit's so fucking slow.
Trolls are blocked, actually. They were really high weighting, so... Well, not really high, but they were pretty high that they were worth it. Yeah, I pretty much did anything that has superiors. I even unlocked basilisks just because they can kill them in like 1 or 2 hits and still had that superior chance. The boots! Yes!
Let's go!
Alright, come on! We just need the hat!
Holy...
Come on! So yeah, no matter what happens, we're cashing these in every million now. We're not going to do 10 million, so... Come on, hat!
Yeah, that would be huge to finish. kind of get to a point where you're just looking at that one inventory slot, see if anything pops up there.
Well, so from I realized this from last one. About every 100 keys, I have to go bank, because that's about how long it takes to get all the unique items from here. Even though it is stackable, like there's just that much variety from this chest with the seeds. Oh, see, tell you how to make about 100 keys, just like I said.
Do the thing.
Set me free. I can start leagues and come back fresh with a new master. Come on, baby.
Still a lot of keys left too, so that's pretty nice.
And 1,000. When it comes to leagues, I'm really hoping Equilibrium makes a comeback and Production Prodigy.
Yeah, I really want Production Prodigy. I didn't take it on one of the accounts last time, and I was like, this is fucking terrible.
Gloves.
Because I would definitely take that over Golden God for sure. Don't know if I'd take Equilibrium, because I'm not really there for points, and Golden God just makes it a lot quicker in the early game, but like I'm probably not gonna max, so I don't really care.
That's okay. Gotta get some dupes out of the way.
Oh, you got gloves?
I got gloves.
See his pretty little mittens on?
I see that now. Try not to die at P&M, okay?
I still have 500 keys left.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is
you
so
got a good
slow.
shot, I mean, it's a lot faster than Crystal Keys.
I've been spam clicking for like 10 minutes, I swear. But yeah, it's a lot quicker than Crystal Keys.
Wait, didn't they do a right-click option for this now?
No.
Which chest did they update for right-click? Oh, Guardians of
Those
the
are-
Rift.
That and Winter Todd, right?
Winter Todd,
And
yeah,
Temporal?
you can do big pulls now, and Fishing Todd as well. But who the hell would stack 700 keys at once like this? Come on.
Bunch of degenerates, you know?
I can think of a person.
Tell you what, if I get mace, you can get whatever you need. A hat.
How about if I get hat, you can have mace?
Alright, fine.
Not sure if I like this pact. I have a lot better odds getting my hat than do your mace.
I'll take an Eldritch, you know?
This one's been pretty good for, or this trip's been pretty good for stackables. Over 200 keys on this one. Gotten a lot of variety of seeds.
No, like redwoods or something. Oh, you have redwood too.
Yeah, yeah. It just, you know, there's 5 different herbs, Solastrus and stuff. Maybe haven't I seen? Oh, I haven't seen the essence. Okay.
You should have said I haven't seen the hat.
I haven't seen the hat. Shit. The super rare ones like the monkfish and the swordfish.
Yeah.
Essence, of course. Broken Hasta.
That's a lot more common, isn't it, than the Mystic pieces?
I think they're 1 in 200. Or 1 in 100 or something. Come on, Konar. Let's end this.
Did you get lucky on Dagon High?
Yes. I think expected for that's like 400 or 500 chests, and I got it like a little over 200. More boots! Ah!
No. Yeah, hate to see it.
So that means the only dupe I don't have is the chest, I think?
I think I only have 2 of those. I think I have the bottoms, and I think I have the hat, actually. Maybe. Of course, I don't have nearly as many chests as you, but...
Another hosta. 2,000 chests.
You're kind of running out of keys. You should probably get it soon.
Okay, next chest. Wait, next chest. Okay, next chest. I meant this one. Not...
Surely this one.
Yeah.
Oof.
Come on, Konar. Please.
Kind of almost bait getting the one piece that early, you know? Then it's like every key you're like, oh, this could be the one.
Release me from this torment, Konar.
How come no pet Konar, you know?
Imagine they go back and Slayer
Oh
pet
my
to
God.
his chest.
Remember when they added this shit and it was just like dropping random shit on the ground for Slayer? It's so crazy. And wasn't it like 1,000 brews or something at first?
1,500.
Something like that?
Super rare
1,500
drop,
brews.
but yeah. Just a random mob happens to give you 1,500 brews.
Yeah,
So what the
no
hell?
big deal.
It was really weird for stuff that had new drop tables, like all the worms and the drakes and stuff in her
Yeah.
her dungeon, because we didn't know the drop rates, and Brimstone chest equivalent stuff was dropping from them, so it's really screwing up the tracking
Yeah,
drop tables estimates.
it was kind of a scuffed release.
Yes! Yes!
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes! We're done with Konar! Oh!
just chop the rest of the keys, you know?
Oh!
That's so big.
Oh! Yes!
Big.
Thank God. Oh, wait, Slayer. Slayer is green logged.
Green.
It's actually crazy.
Oh!
He's done it.
Oh.
OSRS, he's done it.
That is... Actually, I should probably scroll down.
Easy, man.
Oh, now I get the mace, so that's good.
True. Okay, now we can enjoy the last 100 plus keys. Oh wait, what was the KC?
Yeah,
on
damn
that?
well, you're gonna get another one.
2218. That's actually really close to the expected drop rate. I think the expected drop rate. Do some more math here. It's 200 plus 250 plus 334 plus 500 plus 1000. 2284. So 60, 50. 56 keys.
He's a spoon.
He's spoon.
Oh God! All right. We can come back after leagues, completely fresh. Start Duradel, do Jad tasks. Oh.
Paradel.
Spoilers. Oh.
Sigh of relief.
Yes, it is. So I can clean up my bank, move like 5 placeholders. Things like the raw sea turtles, raw mantas. Well, maybe not the raw mantas, but like the monkfish and raw swordfish and stuff. This is the only place that I get it. So now that I'm done with this, I can.
You're green at Temperos?
Yeah.
Nice. So are you changing your block list for?
Yeah.
Virgo?
Most of it's going to
Probably
stay the
pretty
same.
similar though, yeah.
Most of it's going to stay the same, but we'll be unblocking Hydra to block worms, I think, just because they're really, really high weighting with them still. Unblock black demons for spiritual creatures. And yeah, that's basically it.
The late night gaming wins again.
Normally it doesn't. RNG is usually better in the morning, but final chest count 2332, a palindrome. I'd love to see it. Alright, let's well, we'll do this with Duradel later, but let's go get the Dust Mystic picture real quick. So, did you hear that they found the last red token?
Yeah, in Coliseum. Like a party hat or whatever.
You need a party hat? I don't have a party hat, so I gotta wait until Christmas.
Unlucky. Is it a clog or anything, or no?
No, and in fact, the only reward for it is
I thought it was a red topaz.
a red topaz, and so it's just kind of like, okay, well, that was fun. There we go, boys.
Easy.
Let's actually take a wider screenshot there. Well, thanks for lending me your good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And I didn't get my Inquisitor mace. I got one more though.
I was gonna say, yeah, you don't. If you don't quit, you'll eventually get it, right?
It's true.
And now that Konar is complete, we've hit another 10 mil milestone. That will conclude this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like it. It really helps the channel out. And with that, we're gonna take a little bit of an extended break and do some leagues. If you're also participating in League, good luck, have fun, hope to see you out there.